Are you spending hours manually optimizing images on your website, only to have Google PageSpeed tell you it's still not good enough? Maybe you've already converted your images to WebP, only to learn that Google now prefers Aviv. It's time to stop the hassle and start simplifying your image optimization process. Hi, I'm Ruud from Online Community Hub, where we build premium Joomla extensions trusted by over 2,000 Joomla site owners worldwide. In this video, I'm excited to introduce you to OCH Responsive Images, a powerful Joomla plugin that automatically optimizes your images, converts them to modern formats like WebP and Aviv, and generates responsive image source sets tailored for every device. I'll walk you through the installation and show you just how easy it is to boost your website's performance and SEO without lifting a finger after setup. Let's dive in and take your image optimization and your search rankings to the next level. When you're on my website, you need to log in, and when logged in you get the My Account menu, and under My Account there's My Downloads, and there you will see OCH Responsive Images. Here you can download the file. I already did that. So let's go to a clean site I set up, a development site I set up with the Joomla fresh install, Joomla 5.3.0, and it has the block sample data installed. So this is the site backend, this is the front end. And let's go to the article, the love article. This is the love article with which we will demonstrate OCH responsive images. Okay, so let's go to content, articles, the love article, and let's keep this let's keep it simple and add a full article image. Select. Now I'm going to act like the regular user, so I've got a very big image of almost 5 megabytes taken with my camera. It's not optimized, it's full size. I just upload it and put it in here, and as you can see, this has a width of 4608 pixels and a height of 2167 pixels. Okay, so let's save and close, and let's see what that looks like on the front end. Okay, so here you have it, the full article. Now, when I inspect this article, I right click on the article, say inspect, and then you see here I have the article, the full blown article of 5 megabytes. So every time this page loads, it loads the full article of 5 megabytes. Now let's see what Google PageSpeed Insights finds when I analyze this page. This can take some time. It will analyze on both mobile and on desktop. And there you have it. It's not too bad, but it certainly can be improved. The performance is 75, accessibility 94, best practices 100, well done Joomla, and SEO 82. Okay, let's see. This is not good. Largest content paint 25 seconds. What are the diagnostics? It says properly sized images. You can save 4 megabytes. The largest content paint element is 25 seconds. So there is several things that you can do to improve. So let's focus on the images. Now let's install OCH responsive images. Go to System, Extensions, Install, and I'll just drop the installable on here. Now it says that it created a cached images directory, OCH RE in the images folder, and the plugin was successfully installed. Let's go to plugins, OCH responsive images. Here it is. Now let's see what we have. Let's first enable it. I make extensive use of inline help, so just toggle this on. Okay, so what is it that we need to configure and what we can configure? You can include and exclude images based on their directory or image name. So all my images on the website are in the images directory, so I want to include these. I do not want to exclude any images. You can exclude certain components. You can exclude certain menus, and you can set the minimum image size. Now this is important because when you already have a very small image, there is no real advantage in optimizing that image. So let's set that to 360 pixels. It will check that. When you make use of remote images, you can even optimize those, but you need to be aware that these remote images will then be downloaded to your server and then optimized, and that can be a breach of copyright. So this should be done with precaution. You can automatically add the lazy load attribute to the images. Now, what is the lazy load attribute? When you have a regular image, this attribute is not set. So when the page loads, all the images on that page are directly downloaded for displaying. Even the images that are not in the view for the user, because if they're on the bottom of the page. Now, what lazy loading does is you add the attribute load lazy, and these images will not be loaded on page load, but these images will be loaded just before you scroll down, and the image will be shown. So this is a huge performance gain. Image decoding. Image decoding takes time and processing power from the visitor's browser. So you can set it here to directly start decoding these images, or do that after the page has been displayed. You can toggle that on or off. Setting it to auto lets the browser decide. Okay. Convert images to web optimized format. So what OCH responsive images does is it optimizes your images. So when you upload a JPEG image, it optimizes those JPEG images. But with this setting, you can not only optimize those JPEG images, you can also convert these images to WebP format or to AVIF format. Let's set that to no. So just optimize the JPEG images, and then for the responsive part, you can set breakpoint rules. And breakpoint rules are basically the sizes of the monitors or devices that your visitors will most likely have. The breakpoint rules here are set. They come from the Bootstrap framework, so these are basically the best practices. You can leave them as is. So what OCH responsive images will do, it will create automatically an optimized image for every breakpoint. So it will create an image with 1920 pixels max width, 1366 pixels max width, and down to 480 pixels max width. So when a device comes in with this very small display, it will not load the big image, but it will load the 460 pixel image, which is smaller and thus optimized. You can add automatically a class name, and you can add image sizes. And then in the advanced settings, you can specify the caching directory. You can set the cache image quality. Normally it's 75 for medium quality, which is still this is the best practice. And you can do force recreate the cache and some other settings that are more advanced. Okay, so save and close. Okay, let's go to the front page, to the love article. So this is the article with the image loaded, and as you can see, this is the big image of 4.7 megabytes. Now it's important to understand that OCH responsive images can only replace the image with optimized images when the optimized images have been created. So let's refresh this page. As you can see, this will take now a little bit longer because OCH image sees that there are no optimized images yet. It will create them, but in the meantime it will still display the page without the optimized images. So on the next visit, let's see what happens. It finds the optimized images, and as you can see, it replaces the original image element with a source set with all the optimized images on it. Okay, let's see what this does for performance. Note that the performance currently is 75 and that we have a CAO of 82. Let's click Analyze. And there you have it. A performance of 100 and the CAO of 91. So this is a 25% increase just by enabling and configuring OCH responsive images. Okay, but what we now have are JPEG images. So it optimized the images into the JPEG format, and we can see that also in the backend. Let's go to the backend, content, media. Okay, in the images folder here we have the original images, 4.6 megabytes, and the OCH RE responsive images folder where the cached images are. And here you see that for every breakpoint that I've configured, it created a separate optimized JPEG image, which is only a fraction of the original image. But let's take this a step further and let's say, okay, we don't want to have JPEG images, let's convert them to WebP images. So in OCH responsive images, I say convert images to web optimized format. I select WebP, save, go to the front page, refresh the page. Images are created but not used. Refresh the page again, and the images are now created and used, and we are now using WebP images. You can also see that in the backend, content, media, and here you have the WebP images next to the JPEG images. Now, why are there still these JPEG images? These JPEG images are always created because not every browser supports WebP format. So OCH responsive images will detect the capabilities of the browser. If it supports WebP, it will use WebP. If it doesn't support WebP, it will create a source set for this specific browser with the JPEG images. Okay, let's do this one more time. We now have WebP, but I really would like to try Aviv. So I've selected here Aviv, save, refresh the page. This will take a little bit longer because Aviv is a highly compressed image, which will take a lot of CPU time. Go to plugins, media, and here you have it, the WebP, the JPEG and the Aviv format. And depending on what is in the image, either WebP or Aviv creates smaller or larger image sizes. So this is it. It's as simple as that. Increase your performance, in this case, of your site with 25% and increase your SEO score with almost 10% by just installing OCH responsive images, configuring in it, and let it do all the heavy lifting for you. I hope you are impressed as I am. This is really a powerful plugin, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you on the next one.